Let's see what to do if I'm just talking. I think I kind of figured out what my problem might be. Let's see what happens. We're gonna just talk shit. Not that. No notification. See that? Bullshit, man. YouTube's bullshit. It's bullshit. See, I spoke too soon. It was cool, and then now it's not cool no more. Fuck it, I don't care. Get back to my shit.
Wretched ass bitch. See you out there. Trying to get your hustle on. Ain't no nigga gonna pay your motherfucking bills, bitch. Pay your own shit. Don't give a fuck. Oh. Like, man, tell these hoes what's up.
She saying fuck me. She like a rough and that's rugby. I'm partying with her drugs free. This life of living don't come cheap. Leave a handprint on her butt cheek. She give me head while I puff trees. I'm on drugs, she on drugs. Her nose just got dirty. Chemical flies off my dick. She riding on that train. She crushing down that powder. I'm puffing on this sour. Been fucking her for hours. Now still ain't got my nut. I ain't fucking with that Molly. She ain't gon' let you bust. Give me some while I hit the blunt. I'm in the speaker. Let me lift it up. Get daddy come. Get my shit and run. You don't see my ass go bitch gun. You a devil bitch. Let me tell you that. Feel like I've been there hella bad. You texting me. Addicted. You need me. You miss it. She crazy. She nasty. Every day she harass me. I'm fucking her to sleep and then she pays for my taxi. Goddamn. The sun's coming up. That's the last time that I'm gonna be fucking with them drugs. She get a bunch of money. Spend it all on drugs. Mobbing with her bitches. Never falling up. Dumping out that yayo. Sniffing all it up. Go ahead and hate her. Cause everybody does.
Goddamn, that's a lucky ass bitch. Goddamn, that's a lucky ass bitch. Goddamn, that's a lucky ass bitch. Goddamn, that's a lucky ass bitch.
She got money, drugs, and freedom. Plus what she famous, but she ain't got a job. But fuck, she don't need one. Drop drunk, she swerving. Tryna fuck, she starting. Run around and stuff. She hurting. Drunk as fuck, sipping pills. Wildin' out.
Maybe I gotta switch it up sometime, you know.
Chill, couple serve in a blunt park. Which one of my homies gon' fuck first? She in love with drugs, that pussy get licked up, picked up, that dick down. Bitch, tell me who rich now? Fucking with the most dope knuckleheads, getting money, fuck the fans. Yeah, that's TV Wonder brand. Ain't a rookie. That bitch is famous Snooki. One thing I won't do is pay for pussy. She get a bunch of money, spend it on drugs. Mobbing with her bitches, never fall in love. Dumping out that yayo, sniffing all it up. Go ahead and hate her, cause everybody does.
Goddamn, that's a lucky ass bitch. 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 I'm trippy, man, looking for a trippy chick that like to get fucked up and do some trippy shit. Paper planes rolled up, I call them trippy sticks. Weed pills and then drink. She with it. Choosing that money and just got bitch. Smoking that, drinking that challenge, you living. I'm in the bed, I'm in the food, that pills get freak. I like double D. She like double D. Shorty can't lose. She play on both teams. Hell in her mouth. Her back eat fire. Molly Bill, orange juice, got that bitch wired. My hoes got money and they keep me higher. Then I line up for my Najee Dwyer.
She get a bunch of money, spend it all on drugs. Mobbing with her bitches.
Yeah, I heard it's back cold over there.
Dumping out that yayo, sniffing all it up. Go ahead and hate her, cause everybody does.
Goddamn, that's a lucky ass bitch. 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 Ass bitch, ass bitch, ass bitch. Trippy. This music, man, she got me fucked up right now. This music has got me in a trance. Stone, nigga, motherfucker, nigga, 2050 trippy shit. Yes, I'm high for the rest of my life.
Pini Pablo. Colder than Gazpacho, colder than the mono. Rapping head honcho, rocking shows like I was Bono.
I know.
Play a couple keys on the piano. The industry a lie, all the promises were hollow. Follow me, I can show you where we peas at. How'd I get my G-Pass? None of your fucking beeswax. These raps bring a joint together like a kneecap. Fuck the little 8 balls, show me where the keys at. The time continuum, Mortal Kombat finish them. Trying to find a balance, reaching for my equilibrium. Fools I pity. I'm not a human, I'm amphibian. Fake superhero like the mystery man. I ain't saving nothing. I'm getting faded till the angels come and skipping all the famous functions. How do the famous function? The A-list can't be trusted. I strong arm them like I play the trumpet. The bottom barrel of society. I tell my bitch if she don't love me, then just lie to me. I'm finer than the winery. Take it from the rich, this is piracy. Finally, I don't even need my fucking eyes to see. Come and die with me. Cause everybody got their homies. Come and get homies. Said everybody got their homies. Come and get homies. Yeah. Okay. My mind is Yoda, I'm Tola. These other rappers just a diet soda. I find Jehovah in the darkest places, empty as apartment basements. This a marathon, gentlemen, go ahead and start the races. Save the confidence spaces. Come up missing, tell your bitch that you been tripping, now you on vacation. Rapping like it's automated, lights I keep them on like Vegas. Lava making so hot, I'm turning hot to bacon. Only God can save him, I heard the monsters made him. I ain't a star, I'm way farther with the constellations. Contemplating suicide like it's a DVD. Lost inside my mind, it's a prison, homie, leave me be. You can see me bleed, I be with the freaks and geeks. Bitch, I never miss a beat, I'm Charlie Conway, Triple D. Gordon Bombay in these streets, ballin' like I'm Pistol B. Been a beast, every word I spit, rewriting history. Look at what you did to me, look at what you did to me. Running to the underworld with guns and set the sinners free. No bitches in my circle, I'm to show you the commercial. I've been popping like a colonel, reading Justin Bieber's journal. Treat you like a urinal. Cause everybody got their homies. Said everybody got their homies. Yeah, said everybody got their homies.
What chick piss you out with the braids? What are you talking about? She not on YouTube, is it? Good girl, I got a girl with some braids. I'm lost. Hey, what's going on, Christina? I'm lost on that.
In the face of your enemies. Be brave and upright, that God may love thee. Speak the truth, even if it leads to your death. Safeguard the helpless and do no wrong.
Why she pissing you off? If she pissing you off, you ain't gonna like when she come my hangout this week. Hopefully she got time this week. I mean, is she wrong or she pissing you off? Because as she said, the truth can hurt your feelings. I don't know what's going on here. Like, yo, this is Saturday. What the fuck? Why we got traffic?
Is your oath.
Yeah. Yeah. So how's it feel? Can you feel that? Pull up pajamas, I think I made it. I showed my mom my first million, she
Damn near fainted.
The rich and famous on nights to make you acquaintance. The legends put out their latest. I feel that it sound outdated. I'm the hardest working person in the universe. Temptation, victim Welcome to the Church of Lucifer. Internet rappers ain't shit with no computers working. Spent your whole advance on 2 chains in the Gucci verse. I'm the greatest, admitted I'm the greatest, and I don't hold a grudge against anybody who hate it. I'm underrated, don't fit on nobody's playlist. If I ain't in your top 10, then you're a racist. Cocaine either creates a strange creature. They wasn't hearing me till I fuck with a brain feeder. I'm still playing it on the same speakers.
I did it all without a J feature.
So many things that I've created, but this right here might be my favorite. They ask me how I feel, I say amazing. I feel amazing.
Come on, bro. Put the gas on, bro.
So many things that I've
You in a
created,
Sierra, yo.
but this right here might be my favorite. Yeah, brand new home, I think I made it. Key to the city, I keep to open the gates with. A briefcase with $1 million under the pavement. That's just on some rainy day shit. Yeah, and kids getting murdered that I grew up with. They shooting up, doing drugs, or they doing nothing. My girl's parents still living out in the hood. I come through in that new Beamer
Like that shit all good.
Damn. I'm just a human, let me make mistakes. Shit has changed, ain't little Malcolm with the baby face. Even my
No.
homies tell me take a break. They know it ain't the
Y'all
place.
killing me,
It's a
yo.
day I hate to waste. Trying to be a legend by tomorrow. They say I can't on the tour and to prove them wrong. No. I'm not perfect, but they ain't either. I did it all without a J feature.
You hear a lot of savage and unnatural.
Well, you'll get the perfect opportunity to have a discussion with her about it. Fair enough. And then, you know, maybe we can come to some understanding. I just don't think nobody should go to jail for not being able to pay for something. For example, goddamn, bro, you gonna kill yourself trying to go behind that truck? Think about it like this, right? The only debt that locks you up is child support. You don't pay for a house, they just take your house. They sue you in most cases. If you don't pay for the car, you don't turn your car in, they repo your car, they don't repo you, they eventually sue you. Everything comes around as that. Child support is the only thing that keep you in jail. When you think about it, if I'm paying child support, I'm not satisfying no children or no parent. I'm satisfying the system, because the system is the only thing that's going to penalize my ass. And if I don't pay it, I'm going to jail. If I do, everything is okay. But the fear is not going to, it's what keeps me paying it in an ultimatum understanding, period. It's going to always be that reason why I'm paying it. And they don't care if your back goes out. They don't care if you lose your job. They don't care if you lose your car, lose your license. They don't give a fuck if you're on your deathbed, yo. I've seen motherfuckers actually die. Well, you have to say, bring in a death certificate so we can turn his child support case off. Like, dismiss his case. You have to literally bring in a death certificate for them to stop it. For real. No bullshit. God damn it, here come a train. The fuck? A train. Shit. God damn, it's not a good day. How is Saturday the day I might end up late for work? The less busiest day. Notification just popped up on my phone. We 15 minutes in. You see that? We'll make arrangements so. Alright, so check this out. What about the women who don't want to be parents? What happens to them? Go. You see that? Make arrangements, like it's not a logical answer. What's going on, Simply Made? What's up, Draymond? Ain't no kids. Okay. What you think should happen to women who don't want to be parents, i.e. abortion, or if they do have the kid, they give the baby up for adoption, they have the perfect opportunity to opt out being parents and nothing happens to them. Even if there is a father right there, he has no say-so over that. Now, granted, if he signs the birth certificate, yes, the custody will go to him. But in most cases, and I've seen the situations where in most cases, the system still tells that man, go to court for it. They won't just say, hey, next of kin is the father, here you go. They'll give the baby to the family before they give the baby to the father. And if the grandmother, i.e. the mother of the child's mother, have a say-so, they'll most likely award that shit to them. You have to take them to court, even when the mother doesn't even want the child. These are facts. Not in most states, every state. They don't even make it that complicated with mother and grandmother going to court for fucking custody of children. And you ought to ask yourself, why would the grandmother want custody over the child? That was your question? Come on now. She did say she was getting her nails done, I think. Anyway, back to it.
Yeah.
A good time can be a...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
Come here.
They got the best equipment that money can buy. Hell. She's so pissed, man.
See that? Oh, that's an old white lady right there in that Grandma Key. You see that? Old white lady in that car. Good car. Okay, Miss Key Kane is back. Talk to us. So, women who opt out of being parents, what should be the penalty for when they don't want to have the baby? Meaning, not after they, not abortion, not that anything happens with abortion. We ain't gonna talk about that. I'll be fair. When you give birth to the baby, if you don't want the child, what you think should happen to mothers? Because nothing does, but what you think should happen? Exactly, but nothing happens to them. By law, there's nothing happens to a woman that says, I don't want the child. 100%. So why should men be the one to say, well, plan ahead of time? See that? You know why you saying that? Because the women are actually trying to be mothers and they want to be the mother to the child, and they say you should help them. But if you want the baby and I don't, why I don't get that opportunity? And if I was the father and you're the mother and you say I don't want the child, then they don't just hand that baby over to me. If anybody else doesn't say anything, yes, they will. But next of kin to the mother, they will actually give them custody before they give it to the father. 100% facts. Men should do the paperwork, take the charge of the situation. No. We see you moved around the fact that you said women should be held accountable. What type of accountability should they have? What should happen to them? No, you can say that all you want about men putting women on child support, but that's not an epidemic. It's like that's like a pebble to a boulder compared to what men going to be on child support. That's like small, it's minuscule, real talk. Of course, yeah, you can. Just like you could take custody from a woman too. But that's minuscule, that doesn't happen all the time. It's rare. Let me get in this lane. I keep forgetting this lane right here, yo. Ooh, bump. I'm trying to read. If men sign the paperwork, the mother would be on child support. If the woman gives the baby up and the man has custody of that child, that man has to go put that woman on child support. They don't put that woman on child support unless that man is getting state assistance, but they don't give state assistance to men with custody of a child. They don't. Did you know that? Well, she should have to, but it doesn't happen. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It does not happen. What I'm telling you is that what you say doesn't happen to the women. It does not. That's why next of kin could say, I want the baby. And if I'm the father of your child, I have to take that person to court. I don't get next of kin. Like, I am next of kin, which I'm the father. You say yes, it does. I'm telling you, I know the laws. I've seen it like 1,000 times. Not just my experience, but I've seen it. And then the way they do the whole custody thing is totally unfair. Like, I'm in court, and there's a children's service lady in court with my baby mom with accusations that I beat her children and my own, right? So I don't get custody of the child. Not that I don't get custody, but that's the reason they're trying to bring that accusation to court, so I don't get custody of my child when he was younger. And because of that, my lawyer wanted to have a reset, which was stupid. But she wanted to have a reset because of that. But what does any of that have to do with me having to file for custody of my child when you can't make up an accusation and bring that to a judge? But they were going to allow it. They were going to allow that with no evidence. They were going to just have a children's service lady come here and say I was abusing her children and my own, because she had 2 children and I had 1 of hers. So it's 3 she has in all, but I only got 1 by her. Dip, 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 dip. I'm gonna have 6 kids. Hey, Miss Angel. There's 6 kids, baby, 5 baby names. I've been in court hearing cases. Now the laws ain't gonna be changed because women do. There's not a bunch of women trying to protest men are being treated unfair in child support. No, they're not. I don't see that group. I don't. Is there a group of women who are protesting that men are being treated unfair? Yes. Is it on a grand scale? No. Shout out to Honey Badger Radio. There's women that are trying to do it, but it's not enough of them. It's not enough. And that's the problem as well. It's just like, you don't see women saying, I want to file visitation so my child can be seen by the father. You don't see that. You've never heard a woman going to file visit paperwork to have a child be seen by the father, but they want money. You want money and you don't want visitation rights for your child. That don't even make sense. Like, why would I put a woman on child support that doesn't want to be in a child's life? That was weird. It's kind of like, you know how the simple thing about economics, the person that makes the most money should have the baby. What's wrong with that? What's going on with your logic? I'm gonna ask logic. Simple question, yo. In parenting, if women felt like child support was important, if it was all about the money, if the male makes the most money, why doesn't he just get custody of the child? He has the most money. She doesn't. I think the person with the most money should have custody because that means that they can afford having a child in their custody. But what happens is you have a person that doesn't have the most money and they get custody, and the person with the most money ends up funding everything. And that's not economics. That's called legal extortion. What's going on, fire guys? That's why I said when people try to make it, they try to make it complex. It's not as complex, but you can make it complex by being logical. No pun intended. You know what I'm saying? But it depends on the living situation. If I make the most money, I can make the living situation whatever I want, and it's satisfactory. Simple as that. agree that some men don't want the responsibility, but I damn sure don't want the responsibility of paying a lot of money where I only get to see my child. Because when you think about the calendar, we get to see our kids probably 50 to 60 days out of a 365-day calendar. That alone is a problem. And we're paying for that. I'm paying for 60 to 70 days out of a calendar. So, what's the fairness in that? It's impossible. It's impossible to say that's fair. Hold on, I'll be back, y'all. I'll be back. I just have a talk. I can't type all that. Let me see. And stick to the arrangements. All right, Draymond. We know you got to go. You got a game later on. No, yeah. Now, Draymond, they play tomorrow. They don't play today yet. They play tomorrow. All right, Draymond. Good luck on getting to the finals because y'all will be there. It's going to be Cleveland and fucking Golden State again, as usual. I mean, don't get it twisted though. Like, I just look at it like the deep understanding of that. Women will say one thing about having an abortion, right? My body, my choice. But when they have the baby or they keeping the baby, they don't say my body, my choice. Where's the double standard in that ideology? How fair is that? Draymond, don't go nowhere. I need your answer on that. I need your opinion on that before you leave. Hurry up. Don't go nowhere yet. What happened to my body, my choice when you don't want to have the baby? But when you want to have the baby, it's no my body, my choice. It's, nigga, you gonna take care of this baby. Huh? What? So you have an abortion, I can't stop you. It's your choice, but now you having a baby is ours? I'm confused. Now, that just made too much sense. I know it did. It made way too much sense. And it's like, they won't even wrap their head around it. They're going to be like, no, that's not how it should be, but that's how it is. And they can do that. In most cases, that's what it is, Angel. Retaliation. I had to beg this woman, like, yo, this, you keep taking this dude to court, he keep going to jail. Isn't it obvious that he don't give a damn? I just want to make sure he pay. Pay what? Monetarily or go to jail? Well, I don't they lock his ass up. I don't give a fuck. And I'm like, so you just want to see the man go to jail and you're not going to get nowhere. You're not going to get no good outcome in this shit. Like, what? Really? Hey, I'm in this motherfucker. Kyle. It's sad petty. Yeah, it's wrong. But when men, you gotta step up. Get you a no. Why would you tell me why would you say get a lawyer? No. You skipped around the idea of my body, my choice. How? Come on, like say, listen, if you could just say, okay, you know what? That is completely unfair. Just say it's completely unfair to say my body, my choice when I don't want to have the child and he can't do nothing about it. And then say when he has the child, it's not my body, my choice now. Like this, right? Let's just say it's a man that say, okay, you got pregnant? Okay, well, I want you to have an abortion, right? Let's just say hypothetically speaking, let's just say I want to say, me and Miss E. Kane, you pregnant, right? And you don't want to have an abortion. I should have the right to say do it. Because if I don't have a right to say have one, I shouldn't have a right to deal with you keeping it. There should be a standard on both ends of the decision. That's what I'm saying. Do I agree with abortion? No. Because that's going to be another thing. You agree with abortion? No, but you can have one. Now, you can't have one in every state because I think every state has different laws. I know Tennessee doesn't allow abortion. You can have an abortion in Arkansas. So people go across the bridge and do that shit. Well, if a man don't want the risk having any kids, go get snipped. See, you see, like you moved the goalpost. It's like, let's just move this so I don't have to address the idea of it being unfair and talking about the double standard. And that's what pisses you off about her. Yes, you did. Okay. Once again, I'm asked, why is it fair for a woman to have an abortion and say, my body, my choice? And then when she wants to keep it, it's no longer just hers, it's ours, meaning the man. And the man cannot tell the woman not to have an abortion. He has no control over that. None. How is that fair? So there's no child involved. It's not going to come here. You can't do nothing about it. But when it's here, she could say yes. And you can't do nothing about it. You're forced to deal with it. It don't take that much to type. Just say, you know what, that's a bad fucking double standard. Like, it should be fair that he doesn't want to have the baby. At least if you're gonna have the baby, deal with it on your own if he says no. He can have a voice his opinion, not have an abortion. No, he doesn't. He does not have that opinion. He does have an opinion. Well, he has an opinion. He don't have a decision to make for you, because if you want to have an abortion, you can have it. He can't stop you. I see how you try to make it like you try to be clever with the opinion. Yeah, I can have an opinion that baby, I don't think you should have an abortion. And you can say, well, fuck you and your opinion. And you can have an abortion. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. Now, without going to jail, what are you going to do? Stop you? He going to whoop your ass? He going to jail. He can't physically, legally, or emotionally, nothing stop you at all. He just had to deal with that shit. Facts. Now, over the other end, once again, when the baby is here and you decide to keep it, there's no such thing as my choice. Now, you can say yourself, I'm going to deal with it myself and leave the man alone. But if you just say, hey, father of the child, let's go deal with him, they're going to get his ass and he's going to be held responsible for that. Whether you want to believe it or not, that's forcing him to be a father. Because if he doesn't, you're going to say, yes, you are. But when you had the abortion, he's not going to force you to have an abortion, because he can't stop you if you want to. I mean, force you to stop, because he can't. There's no law to protect that. Well, don't sign the birth certificate, then sign over your rights. Oh, goodness. Whew. One child, 5 years to go. And God damn it. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I got a homeboy. I'm pretty sure he got 6. I'm pretty sure he got number 7 somewhere on the way. It's been a while since I spoke to him. Listen, man. If I was a guy with 6 kids, man, I probably would have blew my fucking brains out. I ain't gonna lie to you. If I had 6 kids and 5 baby moms, I would probably killed myself. Like, that is just so, the shit that he goes through, I don't even know how he deal with it. I don't understand it. Like, I went through hell with just one. Not just the child, it's just the mother. I couldn't deal with 6 baby moms. I couldn't deal with 5 baby mamas like that. I couldn't. I couldn't live. I feel what you're saying, but you're not answering the double standard. You're avoiding it completely, and I get it. You don't want to deal with the harsh reality. You got 6 of it, but still, you're not. This is not about that. This is about the double standard of decisions women make with children, keeping and having them. You're not addressing the fact that it's not fair, and it's not cool. You just said, well, just don't sign the birth certificate. What does that got to do with a decision of abortion or not? You didn't even answer, you didn't even address it. Like, yo, women, okay, I'm not gonna, okay, we'll try this one more time. Once again, a woman gets pregnant with the man, all right? No, this is not about fair. This is the fact that you didn't address the double standard not being addressed. That it's not a choice for the man to stop you from having an abortion. If you want to have an abortion, he can't stop you. But if you keep the baby, he can't do anything about you forcing him to pay for it. Which means that he's forced to be a father, but not forced to stop you. And if he can't stop you, if you choose to have the baby, he has no right to say, I don't want to be a father unless you don't do anything. The only way he prevents himself from being a father is you. That's the only way. Because whether you know it or not, if you don't sign the birth certificate, he still could get a blood test, and they can subpoena him to take a blood test. So no matter what he does, you can go get his ass, force him to come to court, and by law, they'll lock him up if he don't want to take a blood test. You see how dedicated the system is to go in and get what you decided to do and making him do it? You cannot sign off your rights because you never signed a birth certificate. See, that's where you're wrong. When you sign the birth certificate, you can sign over your rights. Then even if you do that, Miss Ekkanne, you're still financially responsible. And that's what you're not going to say. See, you're saying certain things to move the goalpost from the discussion. But he's still financially responsible. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Come on now. Come on now. Once you sign over your rights, you're still financially responsible. Yes, you are. Find a law. Whatever state you're in, find a law that you can prove that to me. The only way you're not financially responsible if you never signed a birth certificate. Once you sign the birth certificate, because the birth certificate is actually ownership to the country. The birth certificate is an actual, it's an identification that you yourself aren't even a parent. You don't even control the life of the child. That's how deep this thing goes. So was he paying anything? Was he on child support? Was he on child support, gave up his parental rights, and wasn't financially responsible no more? $319. He's on child support, but he did not sign off on his rights. So when did he sign off on his rights? I'm waiting on that. Being on child support, signed over his rights, and he's not responsible for it at all. You said he signed off on his rights, right? Meaning that he gave up his parental rights. He's not paying for anything, correct? Oh, he had the option to sign over his rights. So since he didn't sign over his rights, that means he's on child support, correct? Because he's paying for something. Yeah, that is a good situation, isn't it? So he's forced to pay, and if he doesn't pay, he goes to jail. Exactly, Angel. That's pretty much every state. But back to Miss Ekkanne, I'm trying to see, is this situation worked out good? Yes, but at the time, worked out a solution. What's the solution? Like, what's the solution? Him giving up his parental rights or paying child support? That's not a solution. That is a situation that either you be a father or you don't. But if you're gonna be a father, you're gonna pay through the system, not the parent, the system. Not the parent, but the system. Not the parent, but the system. That's not a fucking choice. That is illegal. That's legal. I can't say illegal. That's legal extortion. It's like in the Goodfellas with dudes like, fuck you, pay me. Except in this situation, we'll let you live if you just walk away. But if you want to live here, you got to pay us. And if you don't pay us, we'll lock you up. But it's still through the system. You said child support. You didn't say themselves. It's still through the system. There's no such thing as amongst themselves when the system is involved. This is why I don't like marriages, because when you're married, it's about the state. It's not about each other no more. It's a license. It's a business. It's no longer a couple. It's no longer a bond between each other. Yeah, you can say that, but there's a system involved. And child support is another system. On that. Now, if they worked it out amongst themselves and there's no court involved, you got a point, but you don't. Because you said the system is involved. Bottom line, it's still child support. It's a system. Nowhere around it. Don't say if, because if it was for fifth, we'd be drunk. And if was a fifth, we wouldn't have to deal with child support. See? Because if women felt like their bodies were important to the point where they didn't want to have babies, because birth control isn't free in majority of the states that we live in. Birth control is free. And at the end of the day, the number one reason women are held responsible for having babies is because your life depends on it. Life and death depends on it when you give birth. I bet you never heard nobody say that till you have it. The number one reason you're held responsible because your life depends on it. Meaning, if you jump out of a helicopter and you skydive, your life depends on if something goes wrong. You're taking a risk. But y'all never thought about it that way, but that's what it is. Yeah, but having babies is not good for your health because you bloat, you get bigger, your rib cage expands, your breasts get bigger, which causes back problems in most cases. Come on now. Come on, y'all. Come on, Miss Ekkanne. Come on now. Come on, yo. Yeah, birth control is not a good, healthy thing. Well, feeding your baby formula is not good either, but how many of y'all really breastfeed? Go. I'm just saying, though. Hey, you see how we can play this game? It's the reason baby formula is being bought by the billions every year. Majority of the women are not breastfeeding. You don't breastfeed, but it's unhealthy for you to be on birth control. Got it. I think I rest my case. I'm finna go pretend to do some work. You say you don't breastfeed, and kids have never been on formula, so what the hell are they eating? Huh? What are they drinking? Oh, you do breastfeed. Okay. I misunderstood. I was like, yo, I don't breastfeed. Okay. I got you. Still, you know, majority of the women that you know and the women around the country do not breastfeed. Majority of them do not. You know this. If that was true, there wouldn't be billions of dollars spent on baby formula. From Good Start to Enfamil to Similac, that shit is bought by the billions. Not to mention the cereal, and because people don't research. Yes, I agree. But don't say people because it's mothers. See how you did that? You see how you got away from the mother and said people. No, mothers should research. But mothers should also research about medication that they give their kids when they claim that ADHD is this reality and it's not really true. So they end up putting them on this medicine, and then it comes a defect that prolongs their but their yearly growth and hormones and things of that nature and puberty. And now next thing you know, your child is damn near 13 and he or she is like, you know what I'm saying? Because you're responsible for feeding a baby. If you're supposed to be breastfeeding, if you have the breast, I can't feed the baby with mine. What you mean? It does start with the women. You're the nurturers. When the babies are born, you're the nurturers. That's what it is. Let me close this door. You're the nurturer. What are you talking about? What? Yeah, of course it starts with the mother when we're talking about breastfeeding or feeding your baby formula. The research should be on the mother. I literally told my baby mom, breastfeed. You know what she told me? Whatever. I can't force her to do it, especially when we're not together. But even if I was together, she'd probably be like, fuck that. Her middle child is on this medication, this Ritalin and Adderall and all this other shit. And I told her, if you just change her diet and stop this, you probably get a different result. She's not gonna listen to me. And that's just a lot of women that you just said that it needs to be people researching, yes. But I'm not responsible for nurturing the child when the baby's an infant. Because if anything, the man can do one thing, go put a baby, put a bottle on. No, the generation is not messed up. Listen to what I'm saying. I can go bottle and go to the kitchen and put some Enfamil and throw it on the stove and warm the bottle up. As a man, I can do that. But if you're breastfeeding, I can't breastfeed. You have to do that. That's your job. Because I can't breastfeed. But what a father can do is feed the baby formula. Because you don't have to get up and go do that. I can go do that myself. But that's the unhealthy part of nurturing the baby. You said it. So my thing is, when you said people, there's no such thing as people researching this. Women need to be researching the fact that when you're nurturing a baby, do it naturally. That's the women's job. Because if you're breastfeeding, you can't do it. I can't do it for you. What you want me to do? Go pull your breasts out of your bra? Here, feed it to the baby. No, that's your job. But if you have to feed them the formula, I can do that. Right? Use a pump, you still gotta pull your breasts out and pump it. What you want me to help you pump the fucking breasts? What you want to, okay, go to sleep. While you sleep, okay, what time you going to sleep? You going to sleep at 8 o'clock? Okay, at 8 your breasts while you sleep, so don't be alarmed that I'm grabbing your breasts and I'm pumping milk out of your breasts while you sleep, okay? Make sure you take some sleeping pills so I don't wake you up. See how that sounds? I'm not being challenged. I just said a reason why women should be the researchers, not the people. Because if I'm the person that's saying breastfeed and you have to research that, then I can't force you to breastfeed. Once you realize, okay, this is what I should do, I can't force you to do it. Now, if you're using your breast to pump the milk and I'm feeding the baby with your breast milk, then that's a different story. So you say childish, but I'm being logical about the entire situation. You said people, I'm telling you, no, it should be women that research the fact that stop giving your babies formula. And you said, why does it have to be about the woman? Because the nurturers that feed the babies are you. But if you're feeding them formula, you can get the father to do that. Don't say it's childish. You just literally just gave yourself a logical means to be the nurturer because you shouldn't be feeding them formula. You said this. Oh, see, so now you just cop out and just tap. Just watching you lay down with. Strap up. Yeah, just tap. I understand, I feel you. But remember, at the end of the day, women should be researchers because they're the nurturers of infants, period. And then once you learn to breastfeed, what you want me to do? Pull your breasts out and do it? And you didn't say it's childish, but I'm like, what do you expect from me? You got the breasts, I don't. What are you talking about? You say it's childish, but you just said something that made yourself seem childish. Why does it have to come back to the woman? Yes, you're the nurturer. I think women should research how their baby should be fed. Period. Not just at babies, but in general. But the important start is an infant. Infant toddlers, yeah, that's the very important start of motherhood. Very important. Being on the same page, this has nothing to do with breastfeeding. You have to breastfeed, but you have to have the knowledge to say that breastfeeding is okay. And the knowledge has to come from women, mothers. Now, I could teach the mom breastfeeding is better, but she still has to do it. What's wrong with that? It's simple. Simple. That is so simple. What is wrong with that? That's simple. You the one say, oh, I gotta come back to women. Yes, that's what mothers do. They breastfeed. No, you're making this complicated. It's simple. So simple. it's so simple. You're right. You goddamn right on simple. Yes. Sometimes simple is better. Thank you for agreeing with me. I think I'm gonna have a good day at work. Y'all be easy. I think y'all should check this whole dialogue. I love having this dialogue. This was a wonderful thing. I think Miss Ekkanne is cool, especially when she just agreed with the fact that I just said it was simple. So yes, I am. No, being difficult. No, being difficult and simple is not the same. So either I'm difficult or I'm simple. Which one is it? See, contradict yourself. But you've been doing that for the last 20 minutes in this dialogue. Or, I guess, words and typing responses or whatever. No being difficult. Anyway. Hey. I don't know. Words are powerful. And sometimes being simple is such a wonderful thing. So, yeah, I am simple. Simple man, I need a simple life. It don't take much for me to be high. I told you I can't talk as type of fan. You didn't need but simple questions, simple answers rather. This is a panel conversation. Well, I don't want to open the panel up until I get her on here. And I'm hoping that I can get hopefully I can get the husband on there too. Cause I need her and him. We need them both. So we all can have a logical discussion about this. So we can piss some more people off. Since I realized that people are pissed off by the truth, about reality. You understand? It costs a lot of goddamn money to get clipped, but we don't say nothing about that though, do we? How much it costs to get a vasectomy, Miss Ekkanne? Without looking it up, do you know? What's the figures? Do you know? Is it 4 or 5 figures? How much? And then if I get a vasectomy, nope. I have burning my gas. I gotta stop doing shit like that. I'm burning my gas and shit. Like I'm balling. I'm broke as hell, yo. Let's stop this shit. It'll come out cheaper to get one though. Now I'm coming out cheaper because I ain't having no more kids. I'm responsible. See that? Responsibility. See how simple that is? I don't run around putting my dick in women raw. You understand? You know what I mean? I don't. I had one chick try to get over on me when I took it off. when it was over, she tried to get at me, and I shoved her ass up off me like, yo, don't do that. Hey, but not all women are responsible breastfeeders. Aha! All right, check it in. Check it out. Hey, you set that alley-oop real nice. You was Chris Paul, I was Blake Griffin, like the good old days. Lob City. Now, Penny and Shaq. Penny and Shaq. Let's put it that way. Penny and Shaq. Kobe and Shaq. Game 7, Western Conference Finals in LA. Boom on the Portland Trailblazers. Remember that? You probably don't. But everybody else gonna see this shit. They're gonna be like, yeah, I remember that shit. Let me go pretend I'm doing some work, y'all.